love you so much. Thank you. I would love to have a conversation on the leading edge about synchronicities. They feel terrific. It's a wonderful milestone. It's fun. It feels like our inner beings are having fun. It feels a closeness and a connection. We have meditation. We have staying in a positive thought. We have all these tools. Is there any leading edge conversation we could have to stay in this space or bring more frequent synchronicities, conspiracies?
Well, what do you think is the difference in the question you're asking and what we've been talking about all day here?
Not much.
Then get out. The thing that we want to clarify with you is, it would be better for you to not have this attitude that I want to stay there, but instead to have the attitude that I'm fluid and I'll know when I'm there and I'll know when I'm not, and I know what to do about it. Because you don't want to eliminate step one moments from your experience, because that's the expansion quotient. You don't want to stop having information that causes you to focus. You just don't want to spend so much time in step one resistance. And so that's why we began explaining step one is when you're asking, and step two is the conspiracy of source and all of the cooperative components to answer it, and step three is you get in the receiving mode and allow it, and step four is you're really good at that. You're so good at it, which is what you're reaching for, mastery of that. And step five is having mastered it so well that I no longer need to always be there, because I'm flexible. I see the big picture. I know that step one matters. I know what to do with step one. I'm not judging myself. I'm not making a big deal about it. I'm enjoying life. I like all of it. I like the contrast, because the contrast is what launches the new rockets. Contrast is clarifying. It's not indicative of my bad behavior. It doesn't mean I'm failing. It means my guidance system is working. It means I'm working the program in a deliberate way. I trust the process. Just relax in all of this. In the early days, we called this the science of deliberate creation, and everybody acted like you're acting. Got to get this right. Suck it back. I said that. Let's suck it back before the universe gets hold of us. Didn't mean it. And so then we began putting more emphasis on the art of allowing. Now we're calling it receiving, being in the receiving mode. But you got to know that what you have created is ready for you to receive before you're willing to receive. And we think that sometimes you don't accept that it's already done. You really don't believe that when you ask it is given. Someone should write a compelling book. When you ask, it is given. When you ask, it is given. Let's say it how it really is. From your standpoint, it has been given. It's over there. You can relax and just enjoy the movie if it happens. Let's chew here for a minute. We're going to ask you, just give your answer in your mind, or you can speak it out if you want to. So we're going to ask you a couple of questions, and then we're going to give you a diagnosis of where you are vibrationally, depending upon what your answer was. All right? I would rather watch a movie, or I would rather make the movie, be the director of the movie. Which is it for you? You want to watch it, or you want to make it? It's a trick question, so be very careful.
It is fun to create. It's fun to have your hands in the clay. It's fun. It can be fun to action, but I'm learning more and more. What's done is done, and to watch the movie.
So now you kind of know what we want you to know. You want to watch the movie. But so here's the next question. Has your movie already been created by you? Or do you need to create it right now?
It's been created.
So if you've already created the movie, don't you want to watch the movie?
Enjoy the watching. Mm-hmm.
So if your answer was, I want to create the movie, then you don't believe in the vortex. You don't believe it's done. You're still trying to earn something. Did that move you a little bit? Did that get something done for you? Mm-hmm. So here's some more questions. I like watching the movie that I've already created. It's satisfying to watch the movie that I've already created. When would you maybe not be in the mood to watch the movie that you've already created? When you're trying to prove worthiness, when you don't feel that you're enough, when somebody's been after you, when you feel like you need to do something. So what is it that is causing the diminishment of your awareness of who you really are? Well, you're taking your cues from other people who are not experiencing the pleasure of non-resistant thought, who are practicing the discord of resistant thought, who are holding you as their objects of attention and demanding things from you in order to make them feel better that you know you can't give enough things to somebody that's in that mode to ever make them feel better. Isn't that sort of the way it goes? Aren't you getting closer and closer to just giving it up? If someone expresses their dissatisfaction with you, don't you sort of want to say, I'm sorry that you don't feel good and I hope you can work that out. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you to get over being mad at me without me doing anything. Because you don't want to train them into needing you to do something different. That's that quagmire you were talking about. That's when you really get into that place of there's so many people that want so much from you and you love them so much and you want to uplift them. And if they get the idea in their head that their happiness depends upon your behavior, they'll dog you to the ends of the earth. There's never enough. There's just never enough that they're going to need from you. And their dissatisfaction isn't that they're not getting it from you because you're giving them some of it. Their dissatisfaction is that they're not getting satisfaction from the only place that satisfaction comes, which is from their connection with their own inner being. Something else?
I just appreciate hearing it. I hope everyone has some benefit in it, and thank you for everything and appreciate the leading edge.
So we just have another question for you. What's stuck in your vibrational craw that makes you want to have this conversation?
I want to show appreciation. I want to increase the frequency of the good.
Why do you want to show appreciation? And who are you showing it to?
You, my inner being, the people here.
See, we don't want you to show it to us. We want you to want the pleasure of it, because we've already got the pleasure of it. We already appreciate you. So we don't need you to show appreciation for us to feel it. You've got to selfishly want it. There's something sort of amiss in that vibration, because what's happening here is you're transferring your desire to please others to your desire to please us. And the satisfaction that you're looking for only comes from lining up with what you've asked for and who you have become. Can you feel that distinction? Yes. It doesn't matter how much we adore you and how much we love you and how much acknowledgement we have of you. That's just a given, but you've got to take it. You have to take what's given, you see. And Source can't give it to you enough to make you take it. You got to tune yourself to it. And the way you tune it, it's subtle here. We've been talking about it all day. You don't do it for the mark on the chart, and you don't do it because it'll be better in heaven later, and you don't do it because you're trying to fix something that's broken. You do it because nothing else feels right to you, because it's never going to feel good to you unless you're loving you like your inner being is loving you. It's for the pleasure of it, not for the responsibility of it, and not for the benefit of it later. It's for the pleasurable benefit of it right here and now. Yes? So what feels better to you in any moment in time? To be mad at someone or to love them?
Love.
To acknowledge their value or to see them as idiots?
Great value. Value.
To anticipate them living happily ever after, or to anticipate them struggling in their world? Which feels better to you?
Anticipating positive.
You've got to selfishly tune yourself to the way your inner being feels about them, because your inner being has non-resistant thoughts about all the things that you think about. So when you tune to your inner being, it's an awesome power that you can do so much value with, but we don't want you to do it for the value that you're going to do. That's a given. We want you to do it for the pleasure in the moment of finding that alignment. You are a lover, and if you're not loving, end of story for now. We really like this conversation. This is a good time for a segment of refreshment.
Appreciate it.